Southwark News is carrying out a unique experiment to increase voter turnout in one ward of the borough, Newington. Today, we have Councillor Alice Macdonald, Labour councillor for the ward, who is standing again this year, Graham Neale, who is not a ward councillor here, but is representing the Liberal Democrats, and Clare Wood, who will be representing the Greens. Our debate is being filmed to be played to focus groups made up of local residents to see their reactions and who they might vote for come the local elections this May. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so let's begin. Okay. According to the council's website, roughly 50 new council homes are planned or recently built in Newington. Do you think this is enough, given the level of overcrowding in the area? And how will you ensure that these homes are targeted at local people? Alice, could I get you to start first?
As you say, there is plans in the pipeline in Newington. There's over 60 to my calculations. We opened 17 new council homes at William Couffe House this year. We've got 20, just about 25 at Rutley Close, which will open soon, and some more coming on Manor Place Terrace. So we have got really ambitious plans across the borough, but I know, and anyone who's a councillor knows, that one of the things that comes up most often is housing, whether it's people feeling that they're overcrowded or wanting a different place to live. So it's really important that we are committed to delivering council homes in Southwark, which we absolutely are. So we've got a commitment of 11,000 new council homes across the borough by 2043.
2043? Did they plan to be in power till then? Sorry, maybe that came out wrong, but
What do you think?
Oh my goodness. 2043.
And how would the
Where are they going to build them?
New council homes
As per the kind of Southwark plan we agreed on Monday. So, we've got 16,000 people on the housing waiting list. Of course, we've got to build more. So, although we've got great plans in, and I've met some of the people who've moved into those council homes and who are really enjoying them, but we've got to do more.
One of the things that often comes up in our discussions with residents about new homes is perception that there is a lack of consultation sometimes with these new council homes, and people feel left out of that process. Do you think that's fair?
No, I don't. I think there is a lot of extensive engagement around it. Certainly I know that in my ward, whenever there has been new developments coming through, there's consultation about it in the first place, but also as a development goes through. So, at the moment we've got works going on in Manor Place, and there are regular updates from the contractor, meet the contractor meetings to get people up to date, but also to understand if things aren't working properly when homes are being built.
No, there's gap in communication. That's all I can say. There is gaps in communication.
I've never heard anything, any progress of how they're planning to do or to achieve this.
Okay, thank you. Graham, could I come to you?
I'm really pleased that there's some council houses being built. I'm a council tenant. I've been a council tenant for most of my adult life. Quite familiar with council housing. As Alice said, a big part of the issues that we get in our casework, in our surgeries, is about housing and about housing management. I'm very disappointed in some ways that especially when developments come to planning, that the developers aren't held to 35% affordable housing and council housing.
Is right.
That's true. I think that it does seem like all these fancy stuff goes up, and they say, oh, it's going to be, affordable stuff, and then actually it's not. It just gets bought up by wealthy people from abroad, it lands up just being extraordinarily expensive stuff. I think that is true.
Down council blocks now to build new housing. They're not giving them back that amount of housing or flats for the local people. Say for instance there's 1,000 boxes, they pull a block down and they might give them 5% of it or something. So where are those other tenants going? It's wrong.
He seems worried about the situation, but I don't know really if he wants to do anything. I don't know.
Claire.
Hello. As mentioned, the fact that we have 16,000 people on the waiting list across Southwark, which I think equates to about 600 in Newington, 60 new homes is nothing like enough. And to follow on from the previous point, Labour does have a very bad track record on making sure that new developments have space for social housing and local residents.
And the idea of affordable housing, I think, is something often that is hidden behind, because how affordable is it really for the local demographic? So, I mean, again, I'm very sad that that Labour does have quite a bad track record in Southwark in meeting these needs of local residents, and that very often the consultation processes don't take residents' views into account. It's very often about communicating what Southwark is doing, but not responding to the concerns and needs of residents.
The prime example being, of course,
taking out parks and stuff.
So, in which only 86 flats were put aside for affordable housing.
I remember the estate was quite no good, but now it's right, modern, very nice. Yeah.
I think just to come back on a couple of points, I think, you know, I was out there this morning. I mean, we haven't got another candidate standing in Newington as far as I know. So I don't know if either of you have spoken to residents in Newington recently about their views on the schemes, and I know from talking to people that of course we want more housing, and you know, Graham, you've referenced some of that, the market, you know, setting, but that is a national conversation, right?
Or international.
International, exactly.
Event,
It's not, you know.
As I said earlier, we are working within.
What has it got to do with international? I mean, international are not actually going to be living in this community, because half of... Listen, most of the buildings that all these international billionaires, millionaires, whatever names buy do not meet the ordinary working person's standard.